Hi, Lenore here, and I want to explain how to do this particular exercise from Chapter 5 in the book. As you can see on the left-hand side, I've printed the problem, and I'll solve it over here on the right-hand side. So there are a couple things that are important. These items have been calculated for the cost per whatever the activity is. So batch, whole, inch, unit. And this information explains what type of activity a batch of 50 fireplace inserts that weigh 150 pounds have. So it's our job as accountants to put together the total cost for this particular batch of 50 fireplace inserts. So let's begin. First and foremost, we're going to have to set the machine up. So I'm going to put right there, activity, and the first one is the setup. Let's put our items in this column. So let me format it so you can best see it. And that information comes from here, $60. Next, we have this movement. Now, movement is a little different than batch. So batch is for the entire 50. So this is a batch cost and this is a batch cost. This 10 cents per pound, this is the cost to move the batch from one spot to another. So we're going to move this actually 3 times, but this movement of the batch, we have here batch $15 multiplied by the 3 moves. I know when I first looked at this, I thought for some reason I needed to multiply $15 times 3 moves times 50 fireplace inserts, and that's incorrect. So if you thought that, you were thinking the same way as I was, but it was incorrect. All right, so we have our setup, we have our batch. Let's put in our batch weight or batch movement. So here's how we're going to calculate it. 10 cents multiplied by 50 units. I'm going to continue it over here. Multiplied by 150 pounds. I'll use LBS. And multiply that by 3 times, or 3 moves. I know it's something new. It's something you have to get used to. I don't know why this didn't come out blue, but let's make it so. So here we go. Once again, need a parentheses. 10 cents multiplied by 50 fireplace inserts multiplied by 150 pounds and multiply that by the 3 times we have to move that. $2,250. Okay, everything else seems pretty straightforward, but let's go through it together. The next thing that we're told is that there are 2 sets of inspections. So let's call that inspections. And that is $2 multiplied by 2 inspections. So remember, each requires 2 inspections, and there's 2 sets of inspections. And then multiply that by the 50 fireplace inserts. So here we go. $2 multiplied by each batch requiring 2 sets of inspections, multiplying that by the 50 units. I'm going to put it in parentheses. So $200. So we have our inspection. Now let's move to our drilling. So each unit requires 5 holes. Drilling, and we have each one of those costs $3. Multiply that by the 5 holes, and then multiply that by the 50 units. $750. The next piece is welding, and that comes from over here. So 80 inches of weld are on each unit, and each weld costs $4 per hour. So $4 multiplied by 80 inches multiplied by 50 units. $16,000. Then we have our shaping. So here it says 30 minutes of shaping for each unit, and our shaping is $25 per hour. So here we go, shaping. How do we calculate it? Well, let's take that $25, multiply that by 1/2 of an hour. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to type it in, of an hour or 30 minutes, and then multiply that by the 50 units. So how am I going to represent it in my formula? Well, $25 multiplied by 0.5, because 0.5 of an hour is 30 minutes, and multiply that by 50 units, or $625. Last piece is the assembly. Oops. And 1 hour of assembly per unit. And each hour of assembly costs $18. So here we go. $18 multiplied by 1, because there's only 1 hour of assembly, multiplied by 50 units. $18 times 1 times 50 units. So this is the total cost for the 50 inserts. Let's go ahead and put in that total. And we'll sum it. So the total cost of these 50 fireplace inserts is $20,830. So with that, Lenore out.